encouraging our Oregon writers. We have such wonderful writers, and the writers that have been entering our contest are coming from all over the world now. And we have been very, very blessed with a number of incredible judges this year who have supported us in our desire to encourage writers and to bring excellent writing forth. And now I would like to introduce our Cascade coordinators, Julie Zander and Marilyn Rhodes, who work all year. And they do just a wonderful job of coordinating the contest, and we work together to find the right judges. It is a labor of love, and we are so looking forward to this evening. And we are very excited for the work that we saw this year. It was an incredible year. So thank you all for participating, and thank you judges that are here tonight for supporting this effort. We really appreciate your help.
Before we begin, I have a special award, the President's Award. And since I volunteer as president, I figure I could get away with it. Right, Mary? A past president, we might as well. There are many stories going around this conference and many acts of love, but I noticed one in particular that drew my attention. We have a new conferee who flew all the way from Iowa to be with us tonight and today, and she was going to meet up with Jane Kirkpatrick. And Jane had emailed Lindy and me and said she was looking so forward to coming to the conference to meet with this one lady in particular. Well, it didn't work out, and there were transportation issues. And someone stepped up and said, I'll take you to meet with Jane Kirkpatrick. What an honor. She gave up her 2 afternoon workshops she paid for to take someone she'd never met before all the way across Portland in traffic and spent the afternoon there so the lady could keep her appointment. Is that love and sacrifice or not? So tonight, I certainly hope she's here. Lydia Hugh, would you please come up and be honored? I saw her this afternoon, so one of you, you're going to take it for her? This is Mike Hodder, who does those fabulous postcards you've seen.
I couldn't resist, but Lydia, she couldn't make it tonight because she's gone down to Portland to mentor a lady who flew from St. Louis to see her.
Thank you, Mike.
And she's gonna,
now.
yeah, she's gonna. She'll probably cry when she gets it.
Tonight, it's our pleasure and privilege to introduce the host of the award ceremony.
Not yet.
No, you want to go first? Okay, go
Are
ahead.
we supposed to do this about
Well,
the
let's
judges?
do it. Do you think they have one at their table? Do you have a program at your table?
Okay.
Get it out, please.
Okay. I think I'm supposed to do this. Okay. All right. We practice this, really. Every year, our Cascade contest has gotten bigger and bigger and hopefully more organized. Not always. And we're privileged this year to have more than 260 contestants or entries in our contest. And those entries came from throughout the United States, from 19 states, 19 different states, and even one from a repeat contestant from Australia. And I know we're doing a live feed, so I will say, hi, David. Okay. He's in Australia. Each entry is judged by 3 different people and in the preliminary round. And then the 66 finalists also have their entries judged by 2 people in the professionals in the publishing field. So these judges, and if you look at your program, on the back of the program, you will see the names of these fabulous judges who devoted their own time. They don't get paid for it. They devoted their own time to reading all the entries and evaluating all those entries and then offering feedback that can help us to become better and better writers. Many of these scores were so close. A few years ago, we instituted decimal points because we were having too many ties. We still ended up with a tie this year, but it's decimal points. These were separated. I mean, the people who didn't win, just know that many were separated by as little as 0.03. .05, 0.75. So it's like, oh my. Well, given that many journalists, I've been a journalist, don't do math, we need help. Thank you, David and Heidi Gall. Will you please stand up? We send all the judges, actually a lot of our judges are writers who can't do math either, but we love them anyway. So Heidi and her husband David go through each and every one of those score sheets and tally up to make sure that the total is right. So that takes a lot of time. We also give her the spreadsheets because we put it in there. It doesn't always, I think computers are fail-safe, but no. I double check the spreadsheets too. So we really appreciate Heidi and David for their work. And let's see, I think that's all we had. I'm at the end of my list. Okay, thank you for all the judges. Oh, no, that was it. Please, everybody who helped judge the Cascade Awards, please stand up so we can show you what a group effort this is. Look at this room. Whoa. Look at these judges. Thank you so much. Without the judges, we would have no contest.
And now we get to bring on our two favorite hosts, Jeff Gerke and Susan May Warren. Jeff is a writer of fiction and nonfiction. He's an editor, a digital artist. He's written numerous craft books. He's a Writer's Digest author. And his latest book, Irrevocable, The Simple Key to Peace God Intended You to Have, should be outside in the bookstore. Are you helping me?
I think it's irrevocable.
What did I say? I'm really tired. Did you know that? Irrevocable.
I think it's God's love is irrevocable.
I got it right in the room. I swear I did. Okay. I'm glad someone loves me. And he wants me to say to you, his family is awesome. Susan May Warren is here with us as well, the author of numerous craft books, a teacher, more than 60 fiction titles, the winner of the Christie, the Carol, and the Reader Awards. She wants me to say she has a wonderful husband, 4 amazing children, and she's bragging incessantly about this 14-month-old grandchild she has. She said the greatest gift she has is the opportunity to write for him. Please welcome Jeff Gerke and Susan May Warren.
Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to be here tonight. Sherlock, what do you think of this crowd? Isn't this awesome to be here again?
I think it's great that the office of president of OCW is revocable. Irrevocable.
I agree, Sherlock. It's one of those rare gifts. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great to be here. It's a wonderful night. We get to honor all of these finalists. I know that's important to you.
So, despite what frivolity may or may not follow, tonight is to honor the finalists and the winners, and the judges and the families who gave support. So, we hope you will feel honored. That is our desire. We're also going to have a little fun, so I hope that doesn't detract from the great honor that we're giving to you. Do you think they feel honored?
I hope they feel honored.
All right.
That's my hope and dream for
Thank
this
you,
evening.
Your Honor.
Yes, yes.
What's
Well,
wrong, Dr. Watson?
I'm feeling a little nervous, actually, because sometimes this doesn't go super smoothly. We've had some glitches in the past, and I just really want tonight to be great. I really want people to feel honored and just have a nice, smooth evening. Just no problems.
Never fear. James Rubart, winner of Book of the Year last year, has the matter well in hand.
Okay, are you sure? Because he needs to have the briefcase. Because in the briefcase are the envelopes, and the envelopes contain the name of the winners. And if I don't have the envelopes, I'm liable to say the wrong name.
Dr. Watson, that would never happen.
Yeah, you're right. I would never do that. That's crazy. So, I'm so glad because I was kind of up all night kind of thinking about this and worried about it. But now that I know that James has the briefcase, I feel so much better, just like at peace. I know nothing's going to happen. I mean, he's got it. It's going to be awesome. And
Guys! Just
Jim,
like,
is
I
that
mean,
you?
like, yeah, just like a slight problem.
what? Wait. We're in
problem.
the middle of an award ceremony.
Can we go off just
What
the
are
three
you
of us?
wearing?
Can we go?
No,
Can we talk? We just talk
are
for-
busy.
I just need a few seconds.
No.
James,
Stop.
what is the matter?
So I'm in my office, I'm writing 4 hours, right? Like I have been doing for the past 2 months. Every day, 4 hours. Every day, 4 hours. The alarm goes off on my phone, and I look at my phone, and it says, okay, time to go to the bank. Go to the bank, get the briefcase. So I do. I go to the bank. I get the briefcase. They lock it on my wrist, just like last year, right?
Right,
The
yeah.
handcuffs locked.
Yeah.
I'm walking out of the bank, and I get attacked.
What?
I get attacked. I'm not kidding you. I get attacked.
No, this can't
Yes,
happen.
and the attackers grabbed the briefcase and a hacksaw and they saw off the handcuff. Yes.
no.
And they make off with the briefcase on dirt bikes.
On dirt bikes.
Yes.
So what did you do?
I get on my dirt bike and I go after them.
Oh, Jim.
And seriously, they're
such
going
a
up into the
hero.
mountains. They're going up into the woods.
You're so
and
brave.
I know, and I'm going after them. And here's the thing: I'm getting closer, and I'm getting closer,
Yes.
and I'm getting closer to them.
Yes.
I see the dust coming up, and I
Yes.
know I go around this corner, and all of a sudden I'm blindsided, knocked off my bike.
No.
And I mean knocked out, knocked out. I am laying there unconscious
Oh, no. Oh, Jim. That's
for like 2
terrible.
hours.
2 hours in
Yes.
the baking sun. That's terrible.
Yes.
Oh, no. But wait. What about the briefcase?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. They took it, and
They
I couldn't
took it.
catch them.
It's
gone.
Forever?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, Sherlock, what are we going to do? We need to find the briefcase. I knew this was going to happen.
Dr. Watson, this is a trivial matter. Not so much as a mystery. I've already solved it.
You have?
You know who has
This
the
is
briefcase?
fantastic. Oh, my gosh, you're so smart. I love it. So, okay.
Wow.
Who has it? Where is it?
This time, Dr. Watson, I think we will see how well you have observed me over the years. Let us see if you can use your powers of observation to solve this mystery, which I solved within the minute.
You are.
Dr. Watson, the game is on.
Okay, so you want me to solve this? I think I know who's done this. This is actually not that hard. I just have to look out in the audience and find the one person who is probably the shiftiest, the most unexpected, the one we can at least trust, who shows up at unexpected times. I think I know who it is. Frank Peretti. That's right. I did it, didn't I? I'm good at this.
That is not this present darkness. Please keep trying.
All right, well, I'm going to need some time to think about this. So why don't we just keep going, and then I'll ponder upon it for a while, and we'll see. So why don't we just announce the award finalists, get them up here, and then I'll think.
Very well.
Okay? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to invite all the Cascade Award finalists to come to the right of the stage. And what we're going to do is come on up, be prepared to be introduced, and we're going to announce the finalist category. As soon as you hear your category, come onto stage. We'll announce you. We'll give you your certificate, high fives, and then we are going to, and then you'll proceed off stage, and we'll continue on. And there are the certificates. Excellent. And then, we will get this ball rolling. All righty.
It is acceptable.
Good. Excellent. Okay. So
get up, you people. Proceed. Pay no attention to the disappearing accent. Unpublished children's book category. Come on up. From God with Love by Melinda Poling. Please hold your applause until I've named all three on each one.
Congratulations.
The Stolen Lunch by Kristen Joy Wilkes. Don't applaud.
I like that hat. We may have to trade.
Wishy and the Wind by Shannon Yarrows. Now you may
There
applaud.
you go. Thank you.
Ladies. Unpublished contemporary fiction. The Girl in the Cardboard Box by Jane Daly. No applause. I knew you wanted to. The Littlest Highwayman by Kathleen Freeman.
Congratulations.
Pastor Swap by David Rawlings.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Wait, where's Dave Rawlings?
He's not here.
Oh, okay.
All right, ladies.
Thank you.
Unpublished historical fiction. Judgment Between the Rivers by Marie Wells Kuchu. Kanawha Winds by Kindy Pearson.
Yay!
Kanawha Tears by Kindy Pearson.
Double yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Unpublished memoir. My Terminal, A Story of Hope Facing Terminal Illness by Sarah Braden. My Name is Beloved by Linda Kruschke. Promises Kept by Danny Nichols.
Congratulations. Well done. Wait. Sorry. Wait. All right. Danny. Sarah. That's okay. Thank you. Yay! Well done, gang!
Unpublished nonfiction book. Don't Miss Love by Stephen Batchelor. Fruit Flies, A Woman's Journey Nurturing and Sharing the Fruit of the Spirit by Ann Payden. No Expectations by Kimberly Solis.
Anne?
Come right here. We're going to take a photo.
Kimberly? We met. How you doing? Good to see you.
Unpublished speculative fiction. The Seen Ones by Melissa Ferguson. Unarmed by Katie Powner. Lost Stones of Argonia by Dawn Shipman.
Congratulations.
Get out my magnifying glass. Unpublished young adult middle grade. Loser Girl Extraordinaire by Sochi Dixon. The Lost Chronicles. I thought you were going to applaud because I got the name sort of right.
It
so.
is. I mean, have you
I'll
seen
take
the
that.
name? Like, look at your programs. The name.
The
is
Lost
in-
Kings Chronicles, Book 1, Outcast by Jennifer Lindsay. The Kneeling Tree by Katie Powner.
Oh, wait.
What is it, Dr. Watson? You feel you have a breakthrough?
I do. I've been thinking about this. I was thinking about motive, right? Who has motive to steal these manuscripts? I was looking around, and I was thinking about the agents.
Agents.
And I was thinking, what if it was a secret agent? Or a rogue agent?
This is good.
Yeah,
This is good.
right?
I'm
Right?
with you on that.
So I was kind of thinking, who could be the agent? And I was thinking, what about Stephanie Alton? She's new. We don't really know her that well. I think we're going to get to know her more. She's pretty. But what's behind that smile? That's what I want to know. That's right. Or how about Dave Long? He arrived a little late.
He's not an agent.
Oh, he's not. That's a good point. I'm going to
Your powers of observation are underwhelming me, Dr. Watson.
I'm going to think about him for later, perhaps.
She has her eye on you, Dave Long. Be careful.
I saw him down there.
Prepare your alibi.
Oh, no. All right,
He
fine
might
then.
be an agent.
Maybe
A
he
secret.
is.
A secret agent.
Okay, fine. How about Jim Heartbreaker Hart? I'm saying, you know, maybe he's tired of breaking all those hearts. Maybe he wants to find the right manuscript. Or how about Nick Harrison?
Ah, yes. Yes.
He's been
yes.
in the industry since the dawn of time. He knows a good manuscript when he sees one. I think he nicked it. That's right.
I
So,
agree. I
know.
like where you've gone with
I
this.
know. I'm
yeah.
telling you.
That is your conclusion. As ever, Watson, you see, but you do not observe. Let us continue.
Fine. Whatever.
Unpublished article or blog post. A doll with panties. I don't make these up. By Marissa Hunter. Chickens, Children, and Christians.
Congratulations.
By Louis Walksmith. Discovering Uncommon Praise by John Wozniak.
Congratulations.
Unpublished devotional. Love's Lemonade, a devotional for couples by Barbara Rice. Our House is So Big by Durwood Smith. A New Thing by Leanne Zanin.
Congratulations.
Unpublished poetry. The requirement here was that all titles were one word. Proof by Jill Dyer. Call by Patty Lee. Daddy by Mary McIntyre.
Congratulations.
Or McIntyre.
Patty, congratulations.
Unpublished short story. Her Time to Fly by Casey Hesher. Jack's Portal by Norma Nill. Not My Son by Rebecca Olmsted.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Take a picture.
All right, now we're in the published category. Published children's book. The Deep Dark Silver Mine, All Aboard series, Book 2 by Marlene Bischoff. The Long Cold Snowstorm, All Aboard series, Book 3 by Marlene Bischoff. Would a Worm Go on a Walk
Congratulations.
by Hannah Hall. Published contemporary book. Weighed Down, a love story worth lifting up by Lori Bolden. Right to Kill by John Law, or Don Crabtree. The Morning Star Rises by Sarah Davison. Obviously Invisible. A worthy mystery.
It is, truly. Next one.
Published historical fiction. While I Count the Stars by Valerie Banfield. To Follow Her Heart by Rebecca DiMarino. The Lawman by Connie Seibert.
Congratulations.
Oh, we're going to do a photo.
All right. While you shuffle, I was thinking about, well, I have another theory.
All right.
See,
Your
trying to
theory
figure out-
music is playing.
See that? I'm thinking. All right, so here's the thing. I was trying to think about who had means. Who took a look at these manuscripts? I was thinking about the judges. I was thinking about the editors. I was thinking about Dave Long. And I started to think, could be an editor. They know what they're doing. They can see a great story, and they want all the stories. I know. So I was kind of thinking maybe we needed to, take a look at these editors, a few of them. Like, for example, Vicky Crumpton. Somebody needs to look in Vicky Crumpton's bag.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's
That
right.
resonates with
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yep.
She knows what she's doing. That's right. Or, again, we may need to revisit the Dave Long thing.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
somebody needs to just follow him, see what he's up to, right?
The usual suspects.
The usual suspects. That's right. Or how about Alice Kreider?
Okay.
I've seen her at a couple other writers' conferences this summer.
Yeah.
What is she up to?
Good question.
That's right.
Dr. Watson.
I think the
These
case
are-
is solved.
Yeah,
I think
right?
we've solved it.
I am
We're done.
on to this.
Neither
This
of
is
you
good.
use my method. It is founded upon the observation of trifles. Please keep thinking.
Fine. I did too. I thought it was really good. Really. Okay, continue on then, Sherlock.
Published memoir. Lessons from a Son's Life and Death by Merritt Hearing. Jerry Hewell. My Story of Courage and Hope Fighting Blood Cancer by Jerry Hewell. It Takes More Than Legs to Stand by Lila Swafford.
Jerry the girl. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Congratulations.
Don't you look pretty today? Published nonfiction book, The Caregiving Season by Jane Daly. The Gift of Social Anxiety, Finding Rest in God's Grace by Julie Reines. Designed to Pray by Kelly Stanley. Published speculative fiction, The Flaming Sword by Heather Fitzgerald. The Tethered World by Heather Fitzgerald. King's Folly by Jill Williamson.
Thank you. Congratulations. There you go.
Published young adult, middle grade. Sophie Topfeather Superstar by Sonia Anderson. Love Lexi, Letters to God by Sherry Kyle. Beyond Iconic Creek by Tracy Mayfield.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Hey, oh.
Published articles. Sheltered from the Storm by Laura Bradford. Full Circle by Dawn Shipman. Jonah's Biggest Fear by Kristen Joy Wilkes.
Again.
Don't leave.
You're welcome. Awesome dress. I know.
Published devotional, Global Warning by Laura Bradford. Chosen by Heidi Gall. Father's Delight by Jane Reed.
Laura? Yes.
The rest of you suspects, please advance. Published poetry, The Sound of a Brilliant Redeemer by Lynn Hare. Sweet Scent of Rain by Linda Kruschke. Wings of the Morning by Kathleen Ruckman.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Scoot over a little bit more. Scoot over. And finally, published short story or flash fiction. Oscar the Matchmaker by Sharon James. A Surrey on Maui by Sharon James. River Rat by Yvonne Kays. Congratulations to all the Cascade Award finalists.
And now for the winners of the Cascade. Wait, we don't. Oh, Sherlock, we don't. We don't have the briefcase. We don't have the briefcase. The envelope's already here.
If we solve the mystery, we would have the briefcase.
Well, I've run out of ideas, and so I think we need your help, Sherlock. I'm sorry, I know I failed you. So,
Your efforts, while childish, are admirable.
thank you. Thank you. I thought they were good.
I solve mysteries, Watson, because I both see and observe. I observed, for instance, that while Jim, please remain.
No, you guys.
James, I insist. While Jim attested to battling the ruffians who attacked him, he had no wounds consistent with fighting. Rather, his only wound was on his left wrist, where the handcuff was, and a new blister on his right thumb, consistent with the use of a hacksaw. Jim's hay fever is well known, yet his eyes were neither swollen nor red, despite his claim that he lay unconscious in the grass for 2 hours. Note the lack of sunburn in the baking sun. I observed how fit Jim has become. He claims to be enthralled with his writing currently, pounding away at the keyboard for hours and hours, day after day, and yet he is spending more time at the gymnasium than would a person who is enthralled with his work at a desk. Finally, there was dust on his shoes and pants consistent with dirt bike riding, but none on his back or shirt, where there surely would be if he'd lain in the grass for any period of time. Anyone who knows Jim knows that he has had great success last year, when he won Book of that year for his novel. You would also know that Jim has not had a book come out for over a year. I conclude, therefore, that James Rubart was not attacked and did not chase the ruffians, but is in fact the culprit himself. James Rubart, I accuse you of literary theft, owing to a terrible case of writer's block.
Conjecture, inference, no proof.
I declare that Jim used a hacksaw to cut the handcuff from his hand.
A theory only.
Mounted his dirt bike, and with his accomplices rode to the mountains where he hoped to escape and turn all the finalist stories into his own stories.
Not true.
Thus ensuring his lifelong wealth and stardom.
Lies, lies, I tell you.
James Rubart, how do you plead?
Not guilty. You have no proof.
I do have proof. Because there is one thing a writer with writer's block always does, never fails to do. And it took only a simple search of my computer to see that you had indeed done it. Where does a writer with writer's block go? Facebook!
Jim!
He posted the picture, secure in his belief that he had absconded with the titles, but now you have been apprehended.
Jim, I can't believe this. This is terrible. How could you do this? We trusted you. I trusted you. Why would
Susie,
you do
I couldn't
this?
help it. He's right. I had writer's block. I couldn't help it. And did you see the entries?
Well, yeah, I read every single one a number of times, actually.
That's what I'm
and they
saying.
were-
I mean, the temptation of these stories to steal these for my own. Seriously.
Man, I get you. They were so good. Some of these
I mean, look
really
at the titles.
moved me.
Look at them.
I know. Like, I don't know what your favorite was, but I was really moved by The Stolen Lunch. I thought.
Yes.
Well, first of all, we don't say stolen. We say,
Absconded?
Misappropriated.
Misappropriated.
Yes, it's a misappropriated lunch. But more than that, did you see the lunch? The lunch was fantastic. It had like a bologna sandwich. Cheetos, I know, and M&Ms. I mean,
And those Reese's,
I
too.
know, and the lunch, the whole idea that someone would steal such an awesome lunch, it broke my heart, actually. I was really beaten up by it. But I don't know, what did you like the best?
Well, the one that got to me, the one that tipped it over the edge, where I just took the stories, was the girl, not outside, but the girl
I know.
in the cardboard box.
In the box.
Yes.
I know, that was rough, man.
You've
It was
been
just
in the box
I've been
before.
in the
I've
box,
been in
and
my box.
It's just
It's-
totally,
Yes.
but it was more than a metaphor. It was all
Right.
about the box and how dark it was and small and how they get in there.
Like
in the first place. It's nuts. Yeah.
And I saw myself
Yeah.
writing that.
Well, yes,
That's
I know.
what I'm
I related.
saying.
I know.
So you
Well,
understand.
I do. There were some really deep stories.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but the one that really, that I can't get out of my head actually is, would a worm go on a walk? I mean, if there are some stories that just hit you, and then there's the ones that are like high level,
And then
but
the
there's
deep questions
deep,
of life.
down,
Deep
earth-
questions of
earth
life.
questions,
Would
really,
a worm
go for a walk? And what kind of shoes would it wear? Would it wear like just the one shoe, or So Jim, I truly understand
Yes, you
how
get it.
terrible
You
this
get
is,
it.
and why you would do such
Yes,
a thing.
you
And I
get
mean,
it. And I'm-
totally, I get that.
and I'm sorry.
I know
I'm
you are.
sorry.
See it
Are
on your
you two
face.
finished?
Sherlock, we are at a Christian writers event.
He has committed a crime, Dr. Watson.
I know, but we're all about grace here and forgiveness.
All is grace.
All is grace and mercy. And come on, Sherlock, work with us. Come on.
Very well, I propose a solution. James Rubart, if you will agree and if you will produce the winning entries in that briefcase, all will be forgiven.
Yes, I love it. What do you think, guys? Yes? Yes? Yes?
I swear to you, it shall be done.
No more talking.
Oh, Sherlock, I'm so glad you solved that. I feel like I can go on now. Present winners.
No one despises a thief when he is starving
Or has writer's block.
or has writer's block.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, are you ready, Sherlock?
Proceed. The winner for unpublished children's book.
Do you want me to read it? I guess I will read it.
Naturally.
And I'm going to read the first line and then announce the winner. Mushu crept past a pecking chicken and along the edge of the food booth. The Stolen Lunch by Kristen Joy Wilkes. Oh, yes, come forth.
You have to go around.
No. Is that yes? We present to you the golden pin and the
Of justice.
of justice and the certificate. Well done. Okay, you read it this time.
Say the time.
Okay. And the winner of the unpublished contemporary fiction category.
I will read the first line and then give the title and the name. The girl huddled under the stiff blanket, curled into a tight ball. The Girl in the Cardboard Box by Jane Daly.
Way to go.
Well done. Love that book. Do we go this way for a picture? Come this way. No, it's the way. Yeah.
Hey, Jane.
We'll get our act together up here.
Unpublished historical fiction winner
Is We Can Do This, Daisy. Just Don't You Kick Me. Kanawana Tears by Kendi Pearson. Oh, and the winner in unpublished memoir.
No sunny Southern California blue sky watched over me the day everything changed. My Name is Beloved by Linda Kruschke. The winner in unpublished nonfiction book.
I Hated Christmas. No Expectations by Kimberly Solis. Oh, sorry. Unpublished speculative fiction.
In unpublished speculative fiction, we have a tie. So, in the order on the sheet, I will read the first line of the first winner, and then I'll read the second. Lyric kicked off her silver dancing slippers and bolted down the torchlit corridor. Lost Stones of Argonia by Dawn Shipman. And the tie, the first line is, William Flint touched the Ruger 22 as if it would burn him, but it was cold. Unarmed by Katie Powner.
Oh, she's not here. For sad. Okay.
The winner in unpublished young adult middle grade.
Slamming my bedroom door behind me, I fanned myself with 5 crisp $20 bills and commenced recovering from the torture I just endured. Loser Girl Extraordinaire by Sochil Soshi.
Dixon.
Yeah. Soshi Dixon. Unpublished article or blog post.
As Christian writers, we diligently work to create a message that includes God in the subject matter. Discovering Uncommon Praise by John Wozniak. Perfect length on the music right there.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Unpublished devotional.
Joy rises within my soul as I embrace the vibrant colors of spring. A New Thing by Leanne Zanon. Unpublished poetry.
I Should Call Her Today. Call by Patty Lee.
I don't know.
Unpublished short story.
Okay. Everything felt wrong when Carla rolled out of bed, the pre-dawn glow lighting up her window. Her Time to Fly by Casey Hersher. Published children's book.
Would a worm go on a walk? If you could lead him down the street. Would a Worm Go on a Walk by Hannah Hall.
Woo! Didn't I tell you?
Not here. I wanted to meet her. All right. Oh.
the winner in published contemporary book.
Jesse Christensen stepped in the hallway between the farmhouse living room and kitchen and drew in a deep breath. The Morning Star Rises by Sarah Davison. Published historical fiction.
Julie.
Okay, I did too. I restuck them.
Spring 1940. Hello? Hola? You up there? Are you, Senorita Savannah? While I Count the Stars by Valerie Banfield. Oh, Camille,
Come forward.
can you come receive,
Come
please?
forth.
No, come first.
Come forward. Camille is accepting for Valerie. Thank you. You're the
If the winner isn't in attendance, we've decided to give it to random people.
You may be next.
You're random.
I think she's not random. She's special.
The winner of the published memoir.
Please God, not my son, not my son. Oh, please God, not my son. Lessons from a Son's Life and Death by Merritt Hearing. Published nonfiction book.
If you're a baby boomer, as I am, chances are you're finding yourself in a new phase of life, and it's a bit of a shock. The Caregiving Season by Jane Daly.
Double winner.
Winner of the published speculative fiction novel. Fiction novel.
Fiction novel.
I like the
That's good.
nonfiction novels.
Really making it clear. Fiction novel. That's right. Is She Dead? Shock shimmied up my spine at the sight of Great Aunt Jules crumpled in my mother's arms. The Flaming Sword by Heather Fitzgerald. Published young adult and middle grade.
Yes. I'll get straight to the point. Today was the worst day ever. Love, Lexi, Letters to God by Sherry Kyle. The winner in the published articles category.
You probably know the story of Jonah. Jonah's Biggest Fear by Kristen Joy Wilkes. This girl gets on the stage a lot. Congratulations. Published devotional.
As a new grandma, I love watching my son with his daughter. Father's Delight by Jane Reed. Only two more. No, I mean, it's getting good, you know, it's... No, I... Use your deductive reasoning. That is not what I meant. Published poetry winner.
The morning calls me on my bed. My tired wings fold round my head. Wings of the Morning by Kathleen Ruckman. Published short story or flash fiction.
Crunch, Crunch, Scuffle, Crunch. Oscar the Matchmaker by Sharon James.
Let's have another round of applause for those amazing winners, huh? We did it. It's good. I feel so relieved now because we did it without, too major mishaps. But Jim, I have to say, really can't believe that you pulled that prank. I mean, it was so, high school or, middle school.
No! Elementary!
Well, now it's time for the special Cascade Awards, which represent the mission of Oregon Christian Writers, the Trailblazer, the Writer of Promise Awards, and the Spirit Award. Here to present these awards are Cascade Award co-chairs Julie Zander and Marilyn Rhodes.
Are you having fun? Didn't they do a great job? This has been interesting. Tonight, we have an insert in your program, and I am privileged to give out the Writer of Promise Award. Would those who have received the Writer of Promise Award before please stand? And remain standing, remain standing. Karen Barnett is our 2013 recipient, our very first guinea pig. She received a 4-book contract. She contracted 4 books within 1 year, and she met her editor at OCW. So now she's on her 5th book and working on another, and we're so proud of her. She fulfilled her promise. April McGowan is over here. She just put out her 3rd book and is constantly working on another one. She's been a huge blessing to OCW because of her work with the publicity team. So we're very grateful for her. Lynn Hare is in the middle. She's put out dozens and dozens of magazine articles, and she's now chairing up our prayer team. And Camille Eide is in the back and was one of our random winners tonight. She's published 3 books, and she put a preview of her 4th book on Facebook the other day. So, ladies, thank you for paving the way. I've discovered something this year. When you know the recipient of an award, how do you distill it down into a few simple things? It's difficult. It's difficult to express to you how much you think of somebody. The question has been asked to us, what do you look for when you're looking for a candidate? Well, we're looking at you all year long. You just don't know it. We're looking in the e-newsletter. We're listening to your conversations. That's what writers do, right? And we're asking one another, have you heard? Do you know what's happening? So we're trying to track you, and it's a difficult business. You're busy people. But we're looking for people of true Christian character. How do you portray Jesus Christ to the world? You're a writer, and your reach is worldwide. And then what is your service to the Christian writing community? Not just OCW. Are you contributing anything? Are you giving something back? Are you trying truly to help others? And then we're looking at the excellence of your craft, because OCW was founded 54 years ago on faith and excellence in writing. This year's recipient calls herself a lover of stories. She's very active with her extended family, her church, her community. She volunteers. She's helped with OCW. And we've established she has a servant's heart. She just put out her debut novel, and we love to see success. She contracted her 2nd novel, and she has her editor interested in her 3rd book. She is a 3-time Genesis winner, and she's worked at her craft for quite some time. It didn't come overnight. This year, the recipient of the Writer of Promise Award is the author of the debut novel you will find in your bookstore, If We Make It Home, Christina Suzanne Nelson. So much applause, I'm going to say her name one more time. Christina Suzanne Nelson. Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was so very kind. I wasn't expecting that. I was actually looking at somebody else. You guys are all so wonderful, and I really appreciate all the support over all of these years. And Steve, thank you for taking a chance on me, and my wonderful critique partners. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Now it's my turn to mention, I would like all the recipients of the Trailblazer Award to please stand. The Trailblazer Award recognizes those who give all of themselves They give themselves to the writing community to help further others' careers and ministries. And our first recipient was Leslie Gould. She couldn't be here tonight. And then our second one is Judy Gann. Where are you, Judy? Great, thank you. And we had Jill Williamson in 2015, and then we have Melanie Dobson in 2016. So thank you, you trailblazers who led the way for all of us to follow. Thank you. How many of you would like to reach 13,000 people with your writing? Nobody? Okay, how many of you would like to reach 29,000 readers with your writing? Okay, now we're talking, right? Okay, one day, a woman left her counselor's office, and she was heading home in despair. She had lost all hope, and she was intent on ending her life, the precious life that God had given her. She stopped at a 7-Eleven and picked up a publication, and reading it, she found hope to live again. How many writers hope that their writing can change lives and be so powerful? Our trailblazers this year, we are presenting 2 awards to 2 trailblazers who have dedicated years of their lives to connecting the Christian community in the Pacific Northwest, to giving Christians a voice for their values and an identity of their activities. It connects them, they've reached people, and they touch people who have been discouraged in their walk with God and help to inspire them to keep going one more day. May I please have John Fortmeyer and Chad McComas please come up. These don't know, John Fortmeyer started the Christian News Northwest 23 years ago in 1994, and every month he and his wife pray that they can make enough money to make ends meet. The same holds true, especially in the newspaper business, and I should know. The Christian Journal was started. Chad took it over 17 years ago in 2000, and he is the one who was, the day he was preparing to quit doing this labor of love, was the day he received that letter from the woman who said this saved her life. These guys are trailblazers.
You tricked us.
I did.
Shame on
I
you.
did.
You mean, nasty person. Thank you so much.
They have also, in case you haven't realized, they also give people, writers like everybody in this room, an opportunity to build their platform. They have writers' guidelines out there. People write their stories, their personal experiences, their news, and then at the bottom of it, they can put their tagline and sell their book. So it's a good opportunity to start getting publication credits. So thank you again to these 2 men who are true trailblazers.
Thank you so much. Chad and I it's a mutual encouragement here because the kind of work we do is pretty specialized, and there are a host of challenges, but Chad is such an encourager to me, and I hope I'm the same for Chad. I have to mention my wife, my prayer partner, Sandy. Stand up, Sandy. And I'm sure it's the same with your wife, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we just give all credit to the Lord, and we're very grateful. Thank you.
And I'll just add this, that we love to, at least I know that John is a little different, general than I am as far as newspaper, but we love to get writers in print. So if you're looking for that first byline, please talk to us. We'd be glad to help you get started, because that's what we do.
Thank you. I guys. We don't always give this award out every year. This is a very, very special award. It exemplifies the spirit of Oregon Christian writers. This year it goes to one of the original founding members of OCW. This is what this woman said when we did our 50th anniversary booklet 50 years ago. She said, "My Oregon Christian writers continue to strive for excellence in the decades ahead, upholding God's morals and ethics in their prose and poetry. When tested by the culture, may they come forth as gold. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." This is a beautiful writer, a beautiful woman, beautiful spirit. She is a woman who has encouraged and mentored dozens and dozens of writers in the last half century. She has provided a shining example of Christian transparency as she has written memoirs that unveil and address issues that people grapple with all the time. Everyday issues like mental illness, insecurities, fears, prejudice, and life as a pastor's wife. She's a multi-talented writer who has published 16 books, including memoirs, novels, self-help books, and even a children's book. Among hers she had done magazine articles when she published her first memoir in 1980, The Greening of Mrs. Duckworth. And she's also written Naked on God's Doorstep. The Spirit Award this year goes to one of the members of our prayer team, Marion Duckworth.
Lindy gave it all away when suddenly this announcement started to be made, and she came and bowed behind me. She was kind of crouched back there. I said, "What are you doing there?" Now I know. Thank you. It's a privilege. I was at the first Oregon Christian Writers meeting in Eugene when it met in a school building, in a classroom, and only half of the seats were filled. That was the first meeting that I was at, and it was actually the first or second meeting of the group at all. So look at us now. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's been quite a night, and what wonderful awards we had tonight. This was awesome.
Yes.
So, this was great. We hope to be here next year and hope to see you all again next year. It's going to be a great year. Go out and we hope you write brilliant, life-changing things for others.
As soon as we're finished, they can serve dessert, right?
Yes.
And wouldn't that, we'll have to explore the case of the disappearing chocolate.
Yes, yes, that's it. So thank you so much for joining us tonight and for being such a great audience. You're dismissed. The dessert is afoot.